Maharaja Gulab Singh is the founder of the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. He founded the, the map that you see of Jammu and Kashmir. It was founded under him. So he has, under him, he had some extremely able generals and some of the greatest warriors that have been, especially in this region, in the northernmost frontiers, like General Zorawar Singh, Colonel Mehta, Basti Ram, all these generals under Maharaja Gulab Singh's guidance, they conquest of Ladakh, they went and fought in Chitral. So even Chitral used to pay us a tax. So we were the largest princely state, almost the size of France, and we were getting royalties from all these places. And he consolidated, and there were many hill kingdoms in Jammu, like almost 122. So he consolidated those hill kingdoms and then expanded the boundaries. So the northernmost frontiers of Bharat, the way it was expanded, it was done under the Dogra rule in the 19th century. So you will see many historians say that in the 19th century, the resurrection of especially the military of Bharat, it happened under the Sikhs, the Rajputs, and then the Dogras, Marathas, and Dogras as well. So the northernmost frontiers were under the Dogras, and they did an excellent job. So he is the first Maharaja, and then there was his son was Maharaja Ranbir Singh. Then there was Maharaja Pratap Singh, and Maharaja Pratap Singh's nephew, because Maharaja Pratap Singh had no child. So then there was Maharaja Hari Singh. Maharaja Hari Singh was his nephew, and this Amar Mahal was built by Maharaja Hari Singh's father, who was Raja Amar Singh. He never came on the throne. He was not on the throne, so he was Raja Amar Singh, and he built this palace. This was a very Scottish-inspired mahal.
Scottish-inspired.
And
Why was that?
By that time, the British were already here. So even during Maharaja Gulab Singh's time, you've heard of Treaty of Amritsar. So British were here, and to keep this princely state independent or autonomous or as much independent as possible, a lot of negotiations had taken place between the British and the Dogras. And so there was a lot of influence because we had a British agent living in the state. He was not allowed to, some of our Maharajas actually did not allow him to fly the Union Jack. So he would be given some, some accommodation, but he wasn't allowed to use the Union Jack, and that also led to a lot of British conspiracy against the Jammu Kashmir state. And of course, the geostrategic importance also means that this was something the British always wanted to control, because you're touching the borders of Russia, Afghanistan, China, so it's on the crossroads. So there were British agents, there were a lot of British travelers coming here, and Maharaja Hari Singh in fact even received education from some British tutor. One of his tutors was British. So there was that influence, and then...
So what is it like inside now? Like you said, it's a museum.
There is a museum, there is a museum and a library. And from what I've heard recently, the library they are planning to open to all research scholars. I have visited the library. In fact, it's got an elevator also, this palace, and a lift. And they will be opening up the library to research scholars. And the museum has all the royal families, pictures, some dresses of the Maharanis, and Maharani Tara, she used to live here, so you can see her quarters when you go up, her bathroom, and she was extremely religious. So a lot of her puja room, and she used to call a lot of devotional singers, and a lot of bhajan and satsang she used to do. She was from Himachal, Maharaja Hari Singh's, and she was his fourth wife. They were his wives. This another story about how there was a conspiracy and his wives were his favorite wife was killed. And that's exactly when actually the seat of the Dogra Maharajas is Mubarak Mandi Palace Complex, which is a little away from here. You can see it also. But after his favorite wife was killed, he was sent to England, and his favorite wife was killed when she was pregnant. That's when he got really angry with the whole palace conspiracies, and he moved to this particular palace. So he moved to Amar Mahal.
So that other palace that you mentioned,
Mubarak
Mandi, that's just like a skeleton, nothing inside.
Now it's a skeleton, it's lying in ruins. Restoration work is going on, but it's been in ruins for a very, very long time. It has been a contentious issue for the Dogras, because that's considered to be the soul of the Dogra Raj. So many Maharajas and Rajas have lived in that palace complex, and it's been built over a period of 300 years. So it's not just the Jamwal dynasty, but before the Jamwal dynasty, there was the Dev dynasty. Even they lived in Mubarak Mandi Palace complex, and that is such a complex that the houses around that complex, you will have the royal astrologers, the writers, the singers. Everybody would. It was like an extended darbar. So you had that. So then he moved here, Maharaja Hari Singh. So now it's a museum. So you have even a golden throne is kept here that was used by the Dogra Maharajas. And there's a little gift shop. They have some very nice paintings on Nal Damayanti
Acha.
done in the Basoli style. They have that, and they have all the Maharajas' pictures, and it's
I
a
need
nice.
to get a Basoli painting.
Yes.
They're very
Basoli.
expensive?
Not now, but they will soon become very expensive.
Oh, really?
Because this region was so untouched and undiscovered that Basoli paintings never got that footage. And because of a very Kashmiri-centric political leadership, those arts and crafts of Jammu region were never encouraged or promoted. So you would hear of all the Kashmiri handicrafts, but you never heard of Basoli paintings, which is a miniature style of painting. And they came from the courts of the Basoli kings. And Basoli's ancient name is Vishwasthali. It was known for its art, the Basoli paintings. It was known for Sanskrit and its Ayurvedic, they had a lot of research going on around Ayurveda. So lots of Vidyalayas and Gurukuls in Basoli.
So how far is Basoli from Jammu?
I would say at least 100 kilometers. Yeah.
Acha. So not very far.
Not very far. Yeah. But then the roads are not so great.
Okay. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
So, thank you.